South End, Ponton Green Lane, Thorn, Blue, stolen from Wicks Avenue, 0830 hours.
Right, off we go. Come on.
It's got to be a DOA.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, clear. Let them through. Come on, move it. So what was he? A goer?
Yeah. He was a goer from the moment we stuck our nose in behind him. So we was just waiting for a shout to confirm that the car was nicked. So we must have given Chummy a touch of the seconds. Because he was away. A real goer.
As long as you didn't set him up for it.
Set him up.
You know what they say about you traffic people?
Yeah. When we get bored, we do a tail end Charlie up someone's exhaust pipe, all along the high street, until he has to put his toe down and go for it.
So there's no truth in it?
Of course not. We've got a job to do.
Ozone friendly, that's us.
Anyway, it's got to be moved. What about a breaker?
Yeah, well, there's one on its way.
What do you reckon then, Alec?
What was it? Joyride?
That's all.
How old was he?
17 and a half. Anyway, it all happened within a driver's view from starter's orders right up till he hit that dog.
All down to you then.
Looks like it. Oh, get rid of them kids, will you?
Hey! Hey!
Out of it.
Sarge!
Now,
Whose is it?
traffic.
Yeah, well, they're welcome to it.
Let him through, will you?
Okay, hold it.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
While you're here, we've got a problem.
The problem?
Yeah. We've been meaning to contact you a lot, but seeing as you're here anyway.
Claire!
That car, was it stolen?
Yes.
Thought so.
You should have seen the way it came down that road. Oh, the speed it was going at.
What about the driver? Is he all right?
No. So, what is it? What's the problem?
Well, it's...
Well, is it vandalism? Didn't we get a call a couple of weeks ago about some
A couple
vandalism?
of weeks ago? It's been more times than that. I couldn't count how many times we've complained about yobs coming in here at night.
It's a nice bit of soil. Anyway, as you can appreciate, there's not a lot we can do with an open area like this.
There's a lot you can do.
No. I've no doubt one of our people has suggested that you lock your sheds.
Yes, but what's the point? If the yobs and the kids see a shed with a lock on it...
They just bust it open.
That's right. So we worked out it's better not to have your shed locked and let them see that.
In other words, give in to them. Well, that's more or less what the police are always advising us to do.
Not exactly, no.
No? Well, I've heard it all now. I mean, you read it, don't you? Just let them rob you. Don't put up a fight. Don't approach anyone. In other words, always give in. Always let yourself get smacked in the teeth by a bunch
And
of
you take
hooligans.
all your tools and your stuff home each day, do you?
You have to. Anyway, it's not vandals we're worried about at the moment. It's something else.
What?
Over there.
I don't know why they can't do it in their own homes.
Who?
Or a hotel room somewhere. I mean, if they have to do it, why do they have to do it here?
Do what?
You know what I'm talking about.
Hey?
That's what we're complaining about. Couples coming in here and having it off.
When?
All the time.
Even in daylight.
Here, what's happened here?
Hey? Oh, that belongs to Mr. Prince.
Doesn't look after it.
He was doing. He had a lot of nice things coming up until a few days ago. And then he dug it all up in the middle of the night.
Anyway, these couples, do you know them?
Of course we don't know them.
We wouldn't want to know them.
Well, where do these so-called activities take place?
We'll show you. They've been using the sheds.
Yes, our sheds.
They usually come in along here and they leave their empty bottles lying around and cigarette ends and empty fag packets.
They also leave other things lying about. Well, you know.
Yes, disgusting. They've got no shame.
No, none.
Well, what are they, down and outs?
Who?
These people.
Well, no, they're quite respectable, some of them, the men, that is.
Some of them are disabled.
Disabled?
Yeah, they come here in cars. They park them right over there. They've got a disabled person sticker on it.
They even helped themselves to one of my tomato canes once. Now, why would they want a tomato cane?
This car, what's it like?
Small, foreign looking.
A bit beaten up.
What colour is it?
Sort of yellow colour.
Thanks. Come on, over.
scarecrow things,
Yeah,
aren't they?
very sure.
Sarge.
Oh, all tidied up.
Yes, Sarge.
You got a garden, Claire?
Me, no, 2 flower pots.
I have. A nice one. And an allotment nearby. But I could do with a bit of land like that. Well away from home. Well away from all my troubles. I'd be all right there.
Yeah, as long as you took your bleeper with you, you would be.
Ah, bury that. Iris Fuller. Do you know her?
No.
She's working tart. Tom, street level, just above the slag. But she's been working by motor for the last year or so. Anyway, going by the people back there, Iris Fuller has been scoring and bringing her clients down here.
To an allotment?
Yeah, down amongst the Brussels sprouts, and that's got to be different.
Well, she's been seen working here.
No, not exactly, but her motor has. A little beaten-up yellow Fiat with a disabled sticker on it, and that's got to be Iris.
A disabled sticker?
Yeah.
Get away.
Honest. So she can park and solicit just about anywhere. The last time we did her, we asked her what her punters thought about it.
What did she say?
She said no trouble at all. Anyone sussy about, she just tell her punters to limp. She's a cases, Iris. Ahoy there.
Yeah, hang on.
How are you, Ronnie?
All right.
The wife in?
No.
She's still driving that little yellow Fiat of hers?
Yeah.
She's still a working girl?
No, she gave it up. She got fed up with being busted by your lot.
So what's she doing now then?
Oh, she's, courier.
Don't you mean carrier?
Eh?
If you're still living off of moral earnings, Ronnie, I shall bust you for being a ponce.
How can I still be poncing when she's not working, eh? Besides, she can't bring the punters here. I'm decorating.
She must be doing it somewhere.
Must she?
What about al fresco?
No, not Iris.
Oh, this lot must be costing you something. The paint's not cheap.
Too true.
Yeah, received. Sarge, we got a call. Jenna Road Infant School, somebody's gone missing.
Right, get in.
We haven't heard from her in 3 days. Not a word. But the car's still here, been here ever since.
Did she say where she might be going? Any plans of any kind?
No. Anyway, she'd tell us, wouldn't she? She's a very conscientious person. Hurry up, you two, you're late. And a good teacher, too.
Has she ever left the car here before overnight?
Once or twice when her husband collects her, but never this long.
And you say you've telephoned her at home?
Yes, repeatedly, but there's no reply.
What does she look like?
Dark-haired, slim, and pretty. Very pretty. Almost too pretty.
Oh, which car is it?
It's this one here.
And her name again?
Mrs. Prince. Stephanie Prince.
Mr. Prince!
Let's try round the back. The allotments again. We've come full circle. And someone called Mr. Prince has one of those allotments. And he dug it all up a couple of days ago, plants and all, in the middle of the night.
The name's Callaway. Plot 17. And I've paid me subs.
That's not the reason we're here.
Oh?
Some of your friends asked me over here earlier
They're not my friends.
about all that canoodling going on in those sheds of yours.
Well, it don't bother me. Good luck to them, whoever they are.
We're also making inquiries about a Mr. Prince.
Yeah, that's his plot over there. What's left of it. He had a good display there. Him and his wife. They did wonders with that bit of ground. They were always out here working on it together. Nice pair of people. Better than them nosy pillocks.
Any idea why he dug it up?
No. He just come out here one night and did it. I saw him next morning, early, over by his road. I said hello and he didn't say nothing. He just hurried past. Looked like he was in tears.
Have you seen him since?
No,
What about Mrs. Prince?
I haven't seen her for a few days.
Yes? What is it?
What sort of people work this bit of ground?
Well, just a couple, a middle-aged couple. Why?
Well, doesn't this look like...
The couple who work that allotment over there.
What about him?
What's their name?
Burridge.
Anyone else grow things then?
No, only them. Why?
Where do they live?
Don't know. Over by Chalk House somewhere. Mr. Little shall be able to tell you. Only he's gone home. Mr. Bell might know.
Thanks.
But if you want to talk to the Burridges, you don't have to worry. They'll be back soon. They've gone to get more bean sticks.
Let's see if we can get that back gate open. Right?
So what's so simple about the simple life then, Sarge?
The what?
This gardening lark. All that peace and tranquility you keep going on about. I mean, what have we had so far today in Happy Valley? Prostitution, what looks like homegrown, flourishing and doing well, and the possibility that someone's killed their wife and buried her. Well, I'm glad I've only got 2 flower pots.
It's not always like that with gardening, you know.
No? Well, what do we do now? Start digging?
Not yet.
Somebody's had a go.
Yes.
Sarge.
Mr. Prince?
Yes.
Is your wife in the house, Mr. Prince?
No.
Would you mind telling us where she is, please? Only we had a call, you see. People have been asking after her.
What people?
The staff at the school where she works. Well, they're anxious to know about her. They'd like to know that she's okay.
Is your wife okay, Mr. Prince? Right then, will you tell us what happened to the garden? Your garden. Did you wreck it?
Yes.
And the allotment you and your wife used to use? From what I've been told, it was quite something out there. You and your wife working together. A real showpiece.
It was once.
What about the garden? Did the 2 of you build that up together as well?
Yes.
Bet it looked good.
Yes, it did.
Mr. Prince.
Yes.
Has your wife left you? Gone off with someone else?
Yes.
And you've been sat in here like this ever since?
Yes.
What about family or friends, Mr. Prince? Is there anyone we can get to come and see you?
My sister.
Sorry?
I have a sister. She lives in Ferry Street, number 2.
Mr. Prince. You've done enough to yourself now, haven't you? Come on, let's have you out of here, eh? You got a key to the back door, Mr. Prince? It's still your home, you know. You got to go back in there sometime, right? Have you had anything to eat in the past 3 days?
No.
And nothing to drink either? No. Well, let's make you a cup of tea then, shall we? Maybe your sister can put a bit of grub together for you. Where'd you keep your tea?
It's over telly.
Oh, yeah. Well then, now that we've managed to get you back into the land of the living, anything else you want to tell me?
No.
Would you like to show me round? Would you mind if I took a look?
No.
My wife's things.
What things?
There's things she put together and couldn't be bothered to take, or didn't need.
They're half packed, lying around the place. I just don't want to see those things. Not at the moment.
Right. Everything's all right now, Mr. Prince. Oh, I don't suppose you could have had much sleep, could you? Not in that shed.
No.
Did you take sugar?
No.
Who's your GP?
Dr. Easton.
It might not be a bad idea for you to go and see him. Eh? Yeah. Drink up. What about your sister? Could she put you up for a night or two?
Yes, I'm sure she could.
And you get on with her all right?
Oh, yes. But she's a talker.
Huh. It's a good job. You know, you'd be kept busy trying to get a word in. Eh? Good therapy. What about a holiday? Have one yet? No. You should get one as soon as possible. What's your job?
Sell books. Old books.
Very nice. Well, when the dust has settled, maybe a couple of weeks or two, you could perhaps write to her or ring her.
No. It's too late for that.
Oh. The car that your wife left at the school, is it hers?
No, it's ours. Everything was ours, you see. We shared everything. Only she never really liked that car. Always wanted something better. Always looking.
address, isn't it? Oh,
The man she's gone to live with.
It is okay, though, come on.
Do you know his address?
Not for that.
About your call regarding the missing school teacher, Mrs. Stephanie Prince. I have made contact with the husband, who's informed me that she has left the marital home to live with somebody else. He's given me an address where she can be located. Flat 6B, Romney Court, Bosworth Avenue. If you could get someone to go round there, have a look, maybe have a chat with the lady just to make sure. But I reckon you'll find her there. And from what I can gather, she won't be coming home. Out. Mrs. Burridge, Mr. Burridge?
Yes?
Would you come this way, please?
What is it? What's wrong?
Would you mind telling me who holds the rent book on this particular allotment plot?
Oh, we don't call them allotments. We prefer to call them leisure gardens. But we own both these sites.
Yeah, just the name on this one, please.
Ours, of course. Burridge.
And these plants, are they also yours?
No, not exactly.
How'd you come by them?
Our son asked us to grow them for him.
Your son?
Yes. He owns the H&A Centre in the Mill Street shopping precinct. Do you know it?
No.
I know it.
So what you're saying is your son bought these plants here as seeds?
No, seedlings.
And you planted them?
Yes.
And you water them regularly, you hoe them, you prune them?
Of course.
So what you're saying is you've generally cared for these plants during the process of their growth?
Hey! Yes, my wife and I, you might say, have green fingers. Always been lucky with plants.
Are you aware that the cultivation of any plant of the genus Cannabis is an arrestable offence?
What?
It is my belief that these are cannabis plants, and I'm going to take them away for examination. I shall also want another word with you in the presence of your son about the Misuse of Drugs Act. Do you understand?
Misuse of drugs? What do you mean?
Sarge.
Wait here, please. Excuse me.
Yeah, shut the gate. And don't forget to link. Oops. How's that? Oh, very good. Very good. Here, it's this one.
Hello, Iris.
Mr. Peters, what are you doing here? Hold on, you.
Just having a look at a few sheds.
Sheds?
This one in particular. I've been told it's a regular little hothouse in there.
Am I busted, Mr. Peters?
You're busted.